Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lee Garlem and I do videos on psychology, mindset, life, and wisdom. And if you're back, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the quiet burnout that you don't realize you're actually going through. And something that I didn't realize I was going through until I actually took time to think about. Sorry, that's the dog. Wait. So we all go through life, obviously, and none of us actually realize that every single choice you make about, okay, am I gonna do this career? Am I gonna study that? Am I gonna decide to do a 90-day challenge or a 75-day hard and then change my life? And you keep thinking through all of these, and then you suddenly start to realize with time this feeling of burnout, and then you wonder why you crash. You break and crash down. Whether that's a literal crash out, or whether that's, you literally breaking down and crying, right? It can be manifested in many different ways. And then when I started to notice, and this applies to only some people, right? But for me, what I noticed is that the more smaller steps I took, the easier it actually felt for me. And the further that I got, right? So things like just randomly going on walks and not feeling the need to do a 75-day hard. Not feeling the need that you have to do every single thing perfectly. Not feeling the need that you have to lose 20 pounds. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have goals. You should definitely have goals, and I do. But it's the way you approach them. Because when you are approaching your goals with forcing things, instead of just sitting down and relaxing and finding actual clarity, then you're actually pushing yourself further away from your goals, and it actually is going to make things a lot harder than they need to be, compared to as if you just take the time and just chill. Work towards your goals, but do it in small incremental steps. You don't need to make every single thing perfectly. I'm not okay, well, I need to get an hour of walking every single day at XYZ time. No, you just do it, And so that is what I do, right? So, for example, now, yesterday, I didn't take a walk in the morning, but today I am. It's in the morning right now. I actually walked in the afternoon, right? Or yesterday, I didn't have egg whites with my breakfast. Today I did, because of these small little changes that I'm going through. And the more changes that you're willing to make as well, they don't have to be drastic. The better you can actually learn, the faster you can learn. Because if you're suddenly okay, let me do 75 days of eating overnight oats so that I can lose weight. That's a huge change, number one. Number two, how long are you actually going to be able to withstand that change? And how are you going to be able to tell if that is actually a proper change? You know what I mean? For me, there was never a time where I was okay, I'm gonna eat like this in a certain way for an extended period of time in order to lose weight. No, you make changes slowly, and then you start to realize what works and what doesn't. And that's why I started to eat egg whites, because I basically binge ate a bunch of food yesterday. It was pretty bad. But it's fine. I got up from that. I don't expect myself to be perfect, right? And yeah, I just got up from that, because I didn't expect myself to go a year without binging, or 3 months without binge eating. No. I'm not going to be okay, you have to be in a caloric deficit every single day in order to lose X amount of weight. Number one, you should be the person you want to be. You're not going to that place. You're not, the person that you are isn't even a goal. It's a way of life. It's a way of being. Goals are just there because the version of you who would hit that goals have those goals, so it's not necessarily goals that you need to hit. It's who are you? It's what do I do every single day, as in how do I live every single day. So that's the thing. Think about it. For me, if I am 20 pounds lighter, well, what kind of person would I be? Would she just burn and crash out after one day of binge eating? No. And you would think, okay, well, she wouldn't binge eat in the first place. Sure, right? But realistically, as we're talking, I haven't been to that point, you know what I mean? So yeah, it just takes some realistic expectations, but then also grounding yourself in who that version of you, who you want to be. And that's what you can do in order to not have that kind of quiet burnout in the back. Because when you're not doing that, then that's when you burn out. And then you're kind of like, well, where is this all coming from? And you start to get confused. You're like, why am I feeling burnt out? Like, am I not doing the proper things? Am I not being productive? Am I not working out well? Like, shouldn't I be feeling better if I'm working out every day and eating healthier? I'm like, sure, on the outside you are, but how do you feel mentally in the inside? So that's the question that you kind of need to ask yourself. So yeah, that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you haven't, please make sure to like and subscribe. It helps me a lot, and I'll show up on your feed more if that's what you want. Apply to the WISE communities. It is a free community. Link is below. Application form is below. We go deeper into these topics. You're going to be able to connect with other people and connect with me directly. And you can Q&As are going to be there, and my everyday thoughts. So yeah, definitely apply below, and see you in the next video.